Hey there, everybody. I'm trying something new and coming and doing live stuff at lunchtime because I'm kind of figuring it feels like a good time of what is everybody doing at lunchtime? Probably eating lunch and scrolling on their phones. That's totally what I do. So just playing with this today. Clearly, I'm not in actual work mode because I have Wonder Woman t-shirt on and you know, more casual hair, let's just say. I don't normally work in Wonder Woman t-shirts, but maybe I should because she is empowering to all of us, right? I'm totally a fan, by the way, of the very first Wonder Woman movie. The second Wonder Woman movie, not so much. If you haven't watched it, it's not very good. I don't want to put her on blast for that, but not very good. Anyway, so lunchtime lessons with Lisa. Could that be any more cheesy of a title? Probably not, but that's okay because I sometimes am all about the cheese. So what I wanted to talk about today was I figured out I kind of have been keeping a little notepad by me a lot of times as I'm doing my regular job and working, and I keep jotting down little aha moments, little aha notes, some of which I come back to read later and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. I don't know what I was writing there. Some of them though are becoming really useful. So I wanted to share just a couple of the little aha notes that have come to me recently as little lessons. So as I'm doing that, as always, I love seeing and hearing where everybody is from because I just kind of how noticing how far the reach goes. And if you are watching this on replay, I love knowing that too. So if you're watching it on replay, put a little replay in the comments because I like hearing that. Sorry, I'm going to refresh my browser over here so I can make sure I can kind of see stuff. All right, so first little lunchtime lesson that came to me the other day. I always have to tell things with a story, right? This is how my lessons come up, is with stories. So one of the things I'm doing right now in my life is I'm in the process of building an online course, which is a giant pain in the ass. Let me just say that because it's way more work than I ever thought it would be. One of the awesome benefits of it is that we got to choose to become a part of, we call them accountability pods. It's a weird word, but it's what it is. It's just other people that are building courses, and we agree to meet once a week and check in on progress and help each other out and encouragement and hold each other accountable, that kind of thing. So I have an awesome pod mate who I don't know that she's on right now, but her name's Becky. So Becky, if you're watching, yay. So Becky and I were working together for a long while. And she has just beautiful, nurturing, supportive energy. She has good ideas, but just has this warmth and loving energy. So Becky and I were working together for a while, which was great. And then at some point we were it'd kind of be cool to add other people into our little group too, just to complement each other and bring new things into the dynamic. So we ended up finding another person. Her name was Kathy. And so Kathy was able to join us, and Kathy brought in a whole other kind of energy. Kathy also very nice, very warm, very supportive, but has just different energy than maybe Becky and I, that she's had, I don't know, very go-gettery type energy, do. Not in a mean, bossy way at all, because that would not have matched well with me, but I don't know, just really driven yet nice energy. So it was kind of like, oh, this is really neat. Like, I like having, nurturing and like go-gettery. Like, I get to benefit from both. Kathy's circumstances had to change. Unfortunately, she had some stuff coming up in her life and kind of had to pull back, which is totally understandable. But what I realized was, like, in her absence, or as she was leaving, I guess, I kind of was like, oh, I'm kind of bummed because I wanted that extra mix of that energy. I really wanted someone else to come in that would be like the go-gettery, like fiery, like, hey, do this and this and this. That'd be a great idea. I wanted that, right? So I was kind of just being like bummed that she wasn't going to be a part of it. And I was like, well, maybe we can find somebody else, that will also bring that kind of an energy. That would be cool. But kind of just being disappointed about it. And after some time, part of what came to me, and I don't even remember how it came to me, but for those of you that watch or follow me a lot, I talk a lot about my old story or my old patterns and how they show up in my life and how I'm getting better and better and better at like recognizing them. And when they show up like that, when I recognize them, then I can kind of decide if I want to keep them or change them. So what I realized at some point was that what was showing up was this old belief or this old pattern of I'm supposed to wait for the right people to come to me, right? I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to wait for them to come to me. And if it takes a long time, then I'm going to be disappointed and I'm going to wonder, why the universe hates me. Kind of a ridiculous thing, right? Not quite that literally, but kind of. My old pattern, my old story had me sitting and waiting for things to happen to me. The things that I wanted them brought to me. And what I realized with this, accountability pod and the absence of one of the people was that I'm waiting for someone to come in and be like this great inspiration in or for me. And what if I don't have to wait for the other person? I'm now aware of that, what that energy looks like and feels like. I'm aware of it. It might not be like my natural kind of personality or my natural way of being, but I've become aware of it. I was drawn to it for a reason. I wouldn't be drawn to it if it wasn't something that would help me and that is already actually a part of me. And that's where I think we get hung up a lot of times, is we are supposed to benefit from each other, right? And complement each other with our different personalities and our different gifts and things like that. But here's what we also want to realize. When we are drawn to somebody else, it is for a reason. They are somehow meant, I think, to like expand us. And in addition to that, when we are drawn to another person that can help expand us, we have to start to really, really understand that the thing in them that I'm drawn to is already inside of me. It's probably just been buried or covered up and hasn't had a whole lot of encouragement yet. But the fact that I'm drawn to them means it's something in me. It's already there. It wants to come out. It just doesn't maybe know how to come out. It's been asleep for a long time, but it's there. And so I guess what I'm saying is like we should be expanding ourselves. We should get around other people that look at the world differently and handle things differently in an effort to expand ourselves. And at the same time, we need to be okay with when that part of us gets sort of woken up. It's woken up, and now we have the option to use it whenever we want to. So will I love if a new Kathy comes in and like joins our little pod? Absolutely. But also, even if she doesn't, all I have to do is almost like put myself in her mindset a little bit. And I don't want to be cliche or disrespectful of the, what would Jesus do? But like, what would Kathy do? Right? How would Kathy handle this? If I can come up with an answer like that, oh, Kathy would totally go and hire a virtual assistant to do da 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 da. Oh, well, I guess that's an option that I have. Okay, cool. Those answers are in me. I just have to invite the opportunity for them to be there. So I want you to think about am I surrounding myself with people that will expand me? Yes? Cool. When I'm around those people, and sometimes, let me just side note this over here. Sometimes these are people we actually get to physically be around, or in my case, virtually around. And sometimes they might honestly be like celebrities or people that we follow on social media. And that's okay too. Like, as long as they inspire us and expand us in a really cool way. So we need to get ourselves around other people that are like that are going to expand us, and kind of start to understand their way of doing things or their way of thinking on things. But then once that happens, we then have to not entirely rely on those other people to be that thing for us. We then can say, I get to choose to be a go-gettery type person if I want to, now that I'm kind of aware a little bit more of what that would look like. So we can choose to be the very things that we are drawn to from those other people. It is a choice. We first, I do think, need to be around those people because that's what helps open our eyes that oh, I didn't even know there was a whole other way to look at this, right? So first we do have to kind of be around them to get the sense of this is how to think on things differently. But the more we start to do that, the more we have the option of if I am drawn to that person for a reason, I now have the choice to become the part of them that I am drawn to. And it takes effort. It takes a little bit of work. It takes some self-reflection. We're not meant to give up our authentic self. We're not meant to be fake or to let go entirely of who we are. No, not like that, but in an expansive way. Of just inviting those characteristics that we admire in the other people, they are a part of us. We just have to challenge ourselves a little bit sometimes. Again, what would Kathy do? Or, I have other people that I really admire where I'll do the same thing with them. What would Gwendolyn say in this situation, right? So that is the little lesson of the day that I came to, that I needed to let go of the old pattern that says I have to wait for the universe to hand deliver me what I'm looking for, and instead finding the inspiration around me, but then I get to become what I'm looking for. That is my choice. And in my new story, not my old story, but my new story says that that's what I do, right? I'm creating a new dialogue. I'm creating a new narrative for myself, that in my new story, I choose to become the qualities in others that I admire. And I don't have to wait on them to keep inspiring me, keep doing it for me, kind of a thing. So that was a long ramble. So hopefully that made sense. It's one of the weird parts I have learned about doing the lives is that because there's not a lot of direct interaction, that whoa, do I go on really long rambles sometimes. So hopefully that makes sense. I would love to hear, while we have the last couple minutes left here, if you guys have questions about what I said, or an observation about what I said, or an aha of your own. I would so love to hear that. In addition to maybe where you're from, because again, I do like hearing that stuff. And again, if you're watching it on replay, I would love for you to put that even in the comments, just so I know how many people are catching those. Because I'm fine-tuning all of this. I am so fine-tuning all of the when am I going live, what times, what days, that kind of thing. trying to mix it up a little bit so that it's kind of reaching different people, different times, the most people, that kind of stuff. So I hope all that made sense. I hope to catch you again on another lunchtime live, maybe on a different day. Who knows? Peace out, my friends.